Shalom and welcome to Yeshiva B'nai Noach. I'm Tom Averna. This is the Beginning Biblical Hebrew course. Finishing up chapter 15, possessive endings, singular nouns, exercises. We'll be focusing in this video on the tall tales and the book of Ruth from chapter 15. In our tall tale for chapter 15, there's no title given to it, just that it is adapted from a Jewish folk tale. So we'll go ahead and, as we did with the other exercises, we'll read this through and then we'll translate each slide and work with it that way for this particular video. So let's go ahead and read through in the Hebrew. Betoch betam hakatan yashvu David v'aviv hazaken v'imo hazakena v'ishto hatova uvno uvito bechol yom yashav aviv bekiso v'imo yashva bekisa ishto asta et lachma. So, bitoch, in the midst of or from within the little house David sat, or David sat within the little house, and his father, his old father, Zachain, and his old father, and his old mother, and his good wife, and his son and his daughter. Every day, his father sat in his chair, and his mother sat in her chair. His wife made their bread. Yom Echad Yatsa David ad Gevul Iro el Haish he Chacham Ko Amar David el Haish ha Chacham Adoni Betenu Katan Meod V'anashim Rabim B'bayit Hakatan Hahu Ein Makom V'ein Shalom Hakol Ra Meod. One day, David went out over the border of his city to the wise man. So David said to the wise man, "My Lord, our house is very small, and there are many people in that small house." Hahub, in that small house. There is no place or room or space, and there is no peace. Everything is very bad. Amar Haish He Chacham Mi Anshe Betecha? Amar David Yesh Beveti Avi HaZaken V'imi HaZakena V'ishti HaTova Uvne Uvti. Amar Haish He Chacham Yesh Behema Al Yad Betecha. So the wise man said, "Who are the people in your house?" David said, "There is in my house the old father and the old mother and the good wife and a son and a daughter." Said the wise man, "Is there an animal near your house?" Continuing on. Amar David, Adoni yesh behema gedola besadeh al yad beiti. Amar haish hechacham az tikach et behemtecha mitoch hasadeh el betecha. David halach ha beta viaz asa et asher amar haish hechacham. So David said, "My Lord, there is a large animal in the field near my house." The wise man said, then you will take your animal from within the field to your house. David went to the house, and then he did what the wise man said. Hu lakach et behemto hagedola mitoch hasadeh el beito. V'az yashvu David v'aviv hazaken v'imo hazakena v'ishto hatova uvno uvto v'gam behemto hagedola betoch betam hakatan. Lo haya shalom ki lo haya makom v'od ra me'od. So he took the large animal from within the field to his house. And then David sat in his small house, and his old father and his old mother and his good wife and his son and his daughter, and also his animal, his large animal, within the small house sat. There was no peace, because there was no place, and it was still very bad. Od yatsa David ad gavul iro el haish hechacham, ko amar David, Adoni yesh beveiti avi ha-zaken vi imi ha-zakena vi ishti hatova uvni uvti v'gam habehema hagedola. Ein shalom ki ein makom bevetenu v'od ra me'od. So again David went forth over the border of his city to the wise man. So David said, My Lord, there is in my house my old father and my old mother and my good wife and my son and my daughter, and also the animal, the big animal. There is no peace, because there is no place. There is no place in our house. And it is still very bad. Amar Ha'ish Hechacham, Tzon Yesh, Amar David, Adoni Yesh Tzon Besadeh. Amar Ha'ish Hechacham, Ata Tikach Kevesh Echad Min Hatzon, Metoch HaSadeh El Beitecha. So the wise men said, is there a herd? David said, my lord, yes, there is a herd in the field. Wise men said, you will take one sheep from the herd within the field to your house. David halach ha-beta v'hu asa et asher amar ha'ish hechacham. David lakach et ha-kevesh min hasadeh el beto hakatan. Az yashvu David v'aviv hazaken v'imo hazakena v'ishto hatova uvno uvito uvhemto hagedola v'gam kebes echad betoch bito hakatan. David went to the house and did what the wise men said. David took the sheep from the field to the house, to the small house. Then they settled, and then David settled, and his old father and his old mother and his good wife and his son and his daughter and his animal, his large animal, and also one sheep within the small house, his small house. Lo haya shalom beveitam haya ra me'od. V'od yatsa David ad gevul iro el ha'ish hechacham. Ko amar David, Adoni, yesh beveiti avi hazaken v'imi hazakena v'ishti hatova uvni uvti uvhemti hagadola v'gam keves. So there was no peace in their house. It was bad. It was very bad. And again, David went forth over the border of his city to the wise man. So David said, My Lord, there is in my house my old father and my old mother and my good wife and my son and my daughter and my large animal and also a sheep. Ein shalom beveitenu, ra beveitenu, ra meod. Az amar ha'ish hechacham, ata tikach et behemtecha ha'gedola v'et ha'keves ha'echad mitoch beitecha, tikach et behemtecha v'et ha'keves el ha'sadot saviv. There was no peace in our house, or there is no peace in our house. Our house is bad, very bad. Then the wise men said, You will take your large animal and your one sheep from within your house. You will take your animal and the sheep to the field round about. I think we can all see where this is going. David halach ha-beta v'hu asa et asher amar ha'ish hechacham. Hu lakach et behemto ha'gedala v'et ha'keves ha'echad mitoch beto. Hine shalom rav beveto. Hine makom lechol hanashim beveto. Hine tov meod. So David went to the house and he did what the wise man said. He took his large animal and his one sheep, one sheep, from within the house. Hine, behold, there was peace in his house. Behold, there is a place for all the people in his house. Behold, it is very good. And they lived happily ever after. Az yashvu beveto David v'aviv hazaken v'imo hazakena v'ishto hatova uvno uvto. V'hine haya shalom beveto haya tov meod. Amar David Adonenu he chacham hu he chacham mechol hanashim tachat hashamayim. So then they lived in the house, David and his old father and his old mother and his good wife and his son and his daughter. And behold, there was peace in his house. It was good. It was very good. David said, "Our Lord is a wise one. He is wiser than all the men under the heavens." And that is our tall tale. So we finish up with the story of Ruth from chapter 1, verses 15 through 17. Again, kind of rewording it slightly so that it uses vocabulary you're familiar with. And also there's a lot of words that are given to you. I think we'll just read this in the Hebrew, but let's go through the vocabulary list. So Levi, which is go, Li, to me, and you might be able to pick that out because we've already had the pronouns here. So to me, ba'asher, where, or literally in that, where. Elohecha, your God. Elohe, my God. Tamuti, where you will die. Amut, I will die. Ekaver, ekaver, I will be buried. Ha-mavet, death. Beni, between me. U-venech, and you, and between you. All right, so let's read the Hebrew through here. V'Naomi amra leRut lechi el amech v'el beit imech. Amra Ruth leNaomi, lo tomari li et ha-devarim ha'ele, ki el asher telchi elech, u va'asher teshvi eshev. Amech, Ami, v'Elohech, Elohai, Ba'asher, Tamuti, Amut, V'sham, Ekaver, Ki, Hamavet, Yeye, Beni, Uvenech. So that is the book of Ruth, again, chapter 1, verses 15 through 17. Just be sure and check out your vocab here in translating it. So that finishes up chapter 15, our possessive endings, singular nouns. As we took a look at Tall Tales and Ruth, next is chapter 16. As we take a look at that chapter, we'll be looking at endings, excuse me, endings for prepositions will be coming up in chapter 16. So we'll be looking at the same kind of endings, but adding them to prepositions and putting that together. So that will be our next chapter, chapter 16. Hope you'll join us for that. Meanwhile, thanks for sharing your time and your energy with me here on Yeshiva B'nai Noach. I'm Tom Averna. Shalom.